Hello, everyone, and welcome back to Romance Rewind Stories. Before we dive into today's incredible story, I have a small favor to ask. If you're enjoying these heartwarming tales, please hit that subscribe button and turn on the notification bell so you never miss our latest uploads. It's quick, it's free, and it's the best way to support us in bringing you more emotional romance stories. And here's something I'd love to know. Where are you watching from today? Drop your city or country in the comments below. I always enjoy seeing our amazing community from around the world. Oh, and if this story touches your heart, don't forget to hit the like button. It really helps us grow and reach more people who love these kinds of tales. Now, let's get into today's story. They mocked the single dad mechanic at the bar until CEO discovered his secret identity. The Oaken Barrel was the kind of upscale bar where Seattle's business elite went to unwind after long days of making million-dollar decisions. Crystal chandeliers, leather booths, cocktails that cost more than some people's grocery bills. It wasn't the kind of place where you'd expect to find a mechanic in grease-stained work clothes sitting at the bar nursing a beer. But there he was. Crew Dalton sat on the corner stool, his coveralls still bearing the logo of Dalton's Auto Repair, his hands scrubbed clean but still showing traces of engine oil under his nails. He'd stopped in for a single beer before heading home to his daughter, needing just 30 minutes to decompress from a particularly frustrating day of replacing transmissions and dealing with entitled customers who thought their luxury cars should never break down. He should have known better than to stop at a place like this. Should have gone to the dive bar near his shop where nobody cared what you wore or what you did for a living. But the Oaken Barrel was on his way home, and he'd been too tired to drive past it. "Hey, buddy," the voice came from a group of men in expensive suits at a nearby table. "I think you got the wrong place. The auto parts store is 3 blocks that way." Crew ignored them, taking another sip of his beer. "I'm serious, man. This place has a dress code. You're bringing down the ambiance with those coveralls." The bartender, a young guy who looked uncomfortable with the whole situation, caught Crew's eye. "You're fine, sir. Ignore them." But the men at the table weren't done. "No, seriously, look at this guy. Probably makes minimum wage changing oil filters and thinks he can hang with the big boys. Hey, mechanic, you know the difference between your paycheck and a real salary?" Crew set down his beer carefully. He could feel the familiar anger building, the same anger he'd been swallowing for years now. The anger of being looked down on, dismissed, treated like he was less than human because he worked with his hands instead of pushing papers. "Leave him alone, Marcus." A woman's voice cut through the mocking laughter. "He's not bothering anyone." Crew turned to see who'd spoken and felt his breath catch. She was stunning, late 30s, dark hair pulled back in a sleek ponytail, wearing a tailored suit that probably cost more than Crew's monthly rent. Her eyes were a striking amber color, and they were fixed on the table of men with an expression that clearly said she was not impressed. "Oh, come on, Aurora," the man called Marcus replied. "I'm just having a little fun. No harm meant. Right, mechanic?" Crew stood up, dropping a 20 on the bar, more than enough to cover his beer and a generous tip. "No harm taken. I was just leaving anyway." "Good idea," Marcus called after him. "Go back to your garage where you belong." Crew was halfway to the door when he heard the woman, Aurora, snap, "You're an ass, Marcus. That man works for a living. More than I can say for you, considering you spend most of your day playing golf and calling it client relations." Whoa, Aurora, I was just joking. Your jokes aren't funny. They're cruel, and frankly, I'm embarrassed to be seen with you. Crew should have kept walking, should have gotten in his truck and driven home to his daughter Sage, who was waiting with his sister who babysat on late nights. But something made him pause at the door, made him turn back to see this woman, Aurora, standing up from the table, grabbing her coat and walking toward the exit with her head held high. She nearly ran into him. "Oh, I'm sorry," she said, then recognized him. Are you okay? Those men were horrible. I apologize on behalf of... Actually, no, I'm not apologizing for them. They should apologize for themselves, but they won't, because they're entitled jerks who think money makes them better than everyone else. Crew found himself smiling despite the lingering sting of humiliation. It's fine. I'm used to it. You shouldn't have to be used to it. Nobody should be mocked for honest work. She extended her hand. I'm Aurora Sterling, and I'm really sorry about Marcus and his friends. Crew Dalton. He shook her hand, noting the firm grip. And you didn't do anything wrong. You actually stood up for me, which, thank you for that. It was the decent thing to do. Aurora studied him for a moment. Crew Dalton. Why does that name sound familiar? Probably saw it on my coveralls. Dalton's Auto Repair, about 10 blocks from here. No, that's not it. Aurora's brow furrowed. Crew Dalton, I know I've heard that name somewhere else. Something about... She stopped, her eyes widening. Wait, Crew Dalton. The Crew Dalton, MIT graduate, the one who wrote that revolutionary paper on sustainable engine design? Crew's stomach dropped. I don't know what you're talking about. Yes, you do. I read your thesis when I was getting my MBA. Reimagining internal combustion, a sustainable approach to engine efficiency. It was brilliant. You proposed modifications to traditional engines that could reduce emissions by 40% without sacrificing performance. I cited it in my own graduate work. You must be thinking of someone else. No, I'm not. You're Crew Dalton, the MIT prodigy who was supposed to revolutionize the automotive industry. You had job offers from every major car manufacturer. Tesla wanted you. Ford wanted you. And then you just disappeared. What happened? Crew felt the walls closing in. This was exactly why he didn't go to places like the Oak and Barrel, why he kept his head down and worked in his small garage and avoided anyone who might recognize him from his past life. It's late. I need to get home to my daughter. Wait, please. Aurora touched his arm gently. I didn't mean to pry. I'm genuinely curious. You were supposed to be the next big thing in automotive engineering, and now you're a mechanic. Yeah, life doesn't always go according to plan. Crew pulled away. Have a good night, Miss Sterling. Aurora, please, just call me Aurora. Good night, Aurora. He made it to his truck before she caught up with him. Crew, wait. I'm sorry. I clearly touched a nerve, and that wasn't my intention, but can I ask you one more question? Depends on the question. Are you happy, doing what you're doing now? The question caught Crew off guard. Was he happy? He thought about his daughter, about the way her face lit up when he came home every night, about the satisfaction of fixing a car that everyone else said was beyond repair, about the small business he'd built from nothing, the loyal customers who trusted him, the life he'd created that was simple and stable and safe. Yeah, he said finally, I am. Aurora smiled, a real smile, not the polite one she'd given earlier. Then that's all that matters. Good night, Crew Dalton. It was nice meeting you. She walked back to the bar, and Crew drove home, certain he'd never see Aurora Sterling again. He was wrong. 3 days later, Crew was under the hood of a 2015 Audi when his receptionist called out, Crew, someone here to see you. He rolled out from under the car, wiping his hands on a rag, and froze. Aurora Sterling was standing in his garage, looking completely out of place in her designer suit and heels. Miss Sterling, what are you doing here? I need a mechanic, and apparently you're the best one in Seattle. She gestured to her car, a sleek black BMW that was clearly brand new. Something's making a weird noise when I brake. The dealership says it's nothing, but I don't trust them. You came all the way here for that? I came all the way here because I wanted to see you again. The brake noise is real, but also convenient. Aurora had the grace to look slightly embarrassed. Can you look at it? Crew should have said no. Should have told her to take it back to the dealer, but instead he found himself nodding. "Pull it into Bay 2, give me 20 minutes. 40 minutes later, Crew had identified the problem, a small defect in the brake rotor that the dealership had either missed or ignored. He explained it to Aurora in technical terms, watching her face light up with understanding. "You really do know cars," she said. "That's generally required for being a mechanic." "No, I mean, you understand them. The engineering, the design, the way all the systems work together. That's not just mechanical knowledge, that's the same brilliance that was in your thesis." Crew focused on writing up the work order. "That'll be $250 for the part and labor. Should be done by tomorrow afternoon." "Crew, why did you give up engineering?" "I didn't give it up, I just redirected it." "That's not an answer." Crew set down his pen, meeting her eyes. "My wife got pregnant right before graduation. Sophia. We'd been together since sophomore year. The job offers I had, they all required relocation. California, Michigan, Germany. Sophia didn't want to leave Seattle. Her family was here, her support system, and I—" He stopped, the memory still painful even 5 years later. "I chose her, chose our daughter, turned down the offers and opened this garage so I could be present for my family. That's admirable. It's complicated. Because Sophia resented it, resented that I'd given up this brilliant career for her, started to see me as someone who'd failed, who'd settled. She left when Sage was 2, said she couldn't watch me waste my potential anymore, signed away custody and moved to California with some tech executive. I haven't heard from her in 3 years. Aurora's expression softened. "I'm sorry, that's awful. It's life, and honestly, I don't regret it. Yeah, I could be designing engines for some major corporation right now, making 6 figures, changing the industry, all that. But I'd miss my daughter's bedtimes, miss her school plays, miss being there when she's sick or scared or excited about something. That's worth more to me than any career." "You're a good father." "I'm trying to be. It's not always easy, but yeah, I'm trying." Aurora was quiet for a moment. Then she said, "Can I buy you coffee sometime? Just coffee, as friends. I'd like to get to know you better. The you are now, not the MIT prodigy everyone thought you'd be." Crew hesitated. Aurora Sterling was clearly successful, clearly wealthy, clearly out of his league in every measurable way. Getting involved with someone like her was asking for heartbreak. But looking at her face, at the genuine interest in her eyes, the lack of pity or condescension, Crew found himself nodding. "Coffee sounds good, but it'll have to be somewhere casual. I don't do well at places like the Oak and Barrel. How about the diner 2 blocks from here? I've been craving their pancakes. You know about the diner. I may have done some research on your neighborhood, possibly driven by here a few times in the past 3 days trying to work up the courage to stop in." Crew couldn't help but smile. "Tomorrow morning, 8 a.m. before I open the shop? It's a date. I mean, not a date. Just coffee and pancakes. As friends." Right. Friends. But the way she was looking at him suggested they both knew it was more than that. Over the next 3 months, Crew and Aurora fell into an easy rhythm. Coffee at the diner evolved into lunches on weekends. She met Sage, who was immediately charmed by the pretty lady who knows about cars, and started showing up at the garage with takeout on nights Crew worked late. Crew learned that Aurora was the CEO of Sterling Innovations, a tech company she'd built from the ground up. That she was brilliant, driven, and desperately lonely in her position. That people befriended her for her money and connections, not for who she actually was. Aurora learned that Crew still designed engines in his spare time, sketching modifications and improvements in notebooks he kept in his office. That he read automotive journals the way other people read novels. That he'd created a prototype for a hybrid conversion kit for older cars that could revolutionize the used car market, but kept it to himself because he didn't want the attention or pressure of commercializing it. "You're still the genius everyone thought you'd be," Aurora said one evening, looking through his sketches. "You just choose to use it differently now. Is that what you see when you look at me? A genius? I see someone who made a choice between career success and family, and chose family without a second thought. I see someone who works with his hands and his brain. I see someone who's brilliant and humble and kind. And yes, I see someone who's a genius, even if he doesn't want to admit it. Aurora, I'm falling for you." The words came out in a rush. "I know that's probably not what you want to hear. I know we're supposed to be friends. But I can't keep pretending that's all this is for me. Crew, I'm falling in love with you. And I don't care that you're a mechanic and I'm a CEO. I don't care about the different worlds we come from. I care about you." Crew stared at her, his heart pounding. "I'm a single dad with grease under my fingernails who barely makes ends meet. You're a billionaire who runs a tech empire. Aurora, this can't work." "Why not?" "Because people like Marcus at the bar, they're everywhere. They'll judge you for being with me. They'll say you're slumming it, that you could do better. Your business associates, your investors, I don't care what they think. Crew, I've spent my entire adult life caring what people think, building my company, managing my reputation, dating men who were appropriate for my position. And you know what? I was miserable. The only time I've been genuinely happy in the past 5 years is when I'm with you and Sage. So no, I don't care what Marcus thinks, or anyone else. What about Sage? If this doesn't work out, then we handle it like adults and make sure Sage isn't hurt. But Crew, what if it does work out? What if we actually have a chance at something real?" Crew thought about the past 3 months, about how Aurora had fit seamlessly into his and Sage's life, about the way his daughter lit up when Aurora came over, about the way Aurora looked at him, not like a failed prodigy or a simple mechanic, but like a man she genuinely respected and cared about. "Okay," he said finally. "Okay? Okay, let's try this. But Aurora, I need you to understand. I can't be who everyone expected me to be. I'm not going to suddenly go back to engineering for some major corporation. I'm not going to fit into your world of board meetings and charity galas. I'm a mechanic with a 5-year-old daughter, and that's not going to change. I'm not asking you to change. I'm asking you to let me be part of your life as it is." Aurora took his hands, not caring about the grease stains. "Crew, I don't want the MIT prodigy. I want you, the man who works in this garage, who tucks his daughter in every night, who designs brilliant engines in his spare time just because he loves it. That's who I'm falling for." Crew pulled her close and kissed her, tentative at first, then deeper as she responded. When they broke apart, he was smiling. "This is crazy. Completely crazy. But the best things usually are." 6 months later, Crew walked into the oaken barrel for the second time in his life. This time, he wasn't alone. Aurora was beside him, holding his hand, wearing a beautiful dress while he wore his best suit, which still didn't compare to the expensive ones around them, but Aurora had insisted he looked perfect. Marcus was at the same table with the same group of friends, and his eyebrows rose when he saw them. Well, the mechanic returns, and, "Aurora, you're here with him?" "His name is Crew," Aurora said coolly. "And yes, I'm here with him. We're celebrating." "Celebrating what? Did his garage finally turn a profit?" Crew felt Aurora tense beside him, ready to defend him, but he squeezed her hand gently. "Actually, yes. But we're also celebrating something else. Aurora and I are engaged." The announcement caused a visible ripple of shock through the table. Marcus recovered first, his expression somewhere between disbelief and condescension. "You're joking. Aurora Sterling, CEO of a multi-billion-dollar company, is marrying a mechanic." "I'm marrying Crew Dalton," Aurora corrected, "who happens to be a mechanic, an MIT graduate, a brilliant engineer, and the best father I've ever seen. And Marcus, I'm going to enjoy watching your face when you realize that this simple mechanic you mocked is worth 10 of you in every way that actually matters. Aurora, come on. You can't be serious. I've never been more serious about anything in my life. Aurora turned to Crew, her eyes soft. This man chose his daughter over a prestigious career. He builds a business with his own hands. He creates revolutionary engine designs for fun because he loves the work, not the recognition. He's kind, humble, brilliant, and real. So yes, Marcus, I'm marrying the mechanic, and I consider myself the luckiest woman in the world. Crew felt his throat tighten with emotion. We should get our table. We have reservations. As they walked away, Crew heard Marcus mutter, I don't get it. What does she see in him? One of Marcus's companions, a woman Crew recognized as another CEO, responded quietly but clearly, Everything, Marcus. She sees everything you're too shallow to recognize. At their table, Aurora laughed. That went better than expected. You enjoyed that, didn't you? Immensely. Was that wrong? Probably. But I enjoyed it too. Crew took her hand across the table. Aurora, are you sure about this? Marrying me? You'll be a mechanic's wife. People will judge. Let them judge. Crew, I spent years being Aurora Sterling, CEO. Always appropriate, always professional, always aware of my image. With you, I get to just be Aurora, the woman who loves a brilliant man and his incredible daughter. That's worth more to me than all the approval in the world. I love you. I love you too. And Crew, for what it's worth, I think you made exactly the right choice all those years ago. The world lost a potentially groundbreaking automotive engineer, but Sage gained the father she needed. And eventually, I got to find the man I needed. So from my perspective, everything worked out exactly as it should. Even if I'm just a mechanic, you're not just anything. You're Crew Dalton, MIT graduate, brilliant engineer, successful business owner, amazing father, and the man I'm going to marry. That's not just anything. That's everything. 2 years later, Crew sat in his garage office, reviewing the contracts his lawyer had sent over. Sterling Innovations had agreed to partner with Dalton's Auto Repair to commercialize his hybrid conversion kit. Aurora had fought for it to be a genuine partnership, equal investment, equal decision-making power, equal profit sharing, insisting that Crew's engineering expertise and her business resources were of equal value. The kit was already being hailed as revolutionary. Car enthusiasts were calling it the breakthrough the industry had been waiting for, and Crew was being called a genius again. But this time, on his own terms. He still ran the garage, still got grease under his fingernails, still picked Sage up from school every day and helped with homework every night. The only difference was that now he had Aurora, his wife, supporting him, believing in him, and reminding him that he'd never stopped being brilliant. He'd just chosen to be brilliant in his own way. "Daddy!" Sage burst into the office, Aurora trailing behind with an amused expression. "Can we get ice cream, please? Did you finish your homework?" "Yes! Aurora helped me with the math." Crew looked at his wife, who shrugged. "Long division is harder than I remembered." "Ice cream it is. Let me wash up." As they walked to the car together, Crew, Aurora, and Sage, Crew thought about that night at the Oaken Barrel, about Marcus's mocking words, about feeling small and dismissed. And then he looked at his family, at the life he'd built, at the company he owned and the revolutionary design that bore his name, and realized something important. The people who'd mocked him had been looking at the wrong things. They'd seen the coveralls and missed the MIT degree. They'd seen the grease stains and missed the brilliant mind. They'd seen a mechanic and missed the engineer, the father, the businessman, the man who'd chosen his priorities and lived by them. They'd been looking at what he appeared to be instead of who he actually was. Aurora had looked deeper, had seen past the surface to the substance underneath. And that had made all the difference. Because sometimes the single dad mechanic they mock at the bar is actually a genius who chose love over prestige. Sometimes the man in coveralls is worth more than 10 men in expensive suits. And sometimes the CEO who discovers his secret doesn't just reveal it, she falls in love with it, protects it, and helps him share it with the world on his own terms. And that's where our story ends today. What did you think? Did Crew and Aurora's story of judged mechanics becoming respected partners touch your heart? Let us know in the comments what your favorite moment was. If you enjoyed this story, we have so many more waiting for you. Check out our playlist for more heartwarming romance tales that will make you believe in love all over again. Don't forget to subscribe, hit that notification bell, and give us a thumbs up. Your support means everything to us. Until next time, keep believing in love, keep believing in second chances, and remember, the best stories are the ones that remind us we all deserve our happily ever after. See you in the next story. What did you think? Did Crew and Aurora's story of judged mechanics becoming respected partners touch your heart? Let us know in the comments what your favorite moment was. If you enjoyed this story, we have so many more waiting for you. Check out our playlist for more heartwarming romance tales that will make you believe in love all over again. Don't forget to subscribe, hit that notification bell, and give us a thumbs up. Your support means everything to us. Until next time, keep believing in love, keep believing in second chances, and remember, the best stories are the ones that remind us we all deserve our happily ever after. See you in the next story. What did you think? Did Crew and Aurora's story of judged mechanics becoming respected partners touch your heart? Let us know in the comments what your favorite moment was. If you enjoyed this story, we have so many more waiting for you. Check out our playlist for more heartwarming romance tales that will make you believe in love all over again. Don't forget to subscribe, hit that notification bell, and give us a thumbs up. Your support means everything to us. Until next time, keep believing in love, keep believing in second chances, and remember, the best stories are the ones that remind us we all deserve our happily ever after. See you in the next story. What did you think? Did Crew and Aurora's story of judged mechanics becoming respected partners touch your heart? Let us know in the comments what your favorite moment was. If you enjoyed this story, we have so many more waiting for you. Check out our playlist for more heartwarming romance tales that will make you believe in love all over again. Don't forget to subscribe, hit that notification bell, and give us a thumbs up. Your support means everything to us. Until next time, keep believing in love, keep believing in second chances, and remember, the best stories are the ones that remind us we all deserve our happily ever after. See you in the next story. What did you think? Did Crew and Aurora's story of judged mechanics becoming respected partners touch your heart? Let us know in the comments what your favorite moment was. If you enjoyed this story, we have so many more waiting for you. Check out our playlist for more heartwarming romance tales that will make you believe in love all over again. Don't forget to subscribe, hit that notification bell, and give us a thumbs up. Your support means everything to us. Until next time, keep believing in love, keep believing in second chances, and remember, the best stories are the ones that remind us we all deserve our happily ever after. See you in the next story. What did you think? Did Crew and Aurora's story of judged mechanics becoming respected partners touch your heart? Let us know in the comments what your favorite moment was. If you enjoyed this story, we have so many more waiting for you. Check out our playlist for more heartwarming romance tales that will make you believe in love all over again. Don't forget to subscribe, hit that notification bell, and give us a thumbs up. Your support means everything to us. Until next time, keep believing in love, keep believing in second chances, and remember, the best stories are the ones that remind us we all deserve our happily ever after. See you in the next story. What did you think? Did Crew and Aurora's story of judged mechanics becoming respected partners touch your heart? Let us know in the comments what your favorite moment was. If you enjoyed this story, we have so many more waiting for you. check out our playlist for more heartwarming romance tales that will make you believe in love all over again. Don't forget to subscribe, hit that notification bell, and give us a thumbs up. Your support means everything to us. Until next time, keep believing in love, keep believing in second chances, and remember, the best stories are the ones that remind us we all deserve our happily ever after. See you in the next story.